Slop City Podcast!
Oh, that's beautiful.
No, I can't. I have these two dumb bitches podcast studio in my dining room, okay? That was a good clap. That was a good clap.
Also, really enjoyed Learn's husband.
Oh,
We had a couple of bits the whole night.
yeah. Libbie is starting a conversation that none of you heard.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea of what that sentence was about.
Well, I took the place of Tina last night. Tina had to work, so I became Rafe's partner for the night.
Rafe's +1.
And we got to hang out with his coworkers, also friends, Learn and her husband, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
And
you went to Brennan's Work and Leisure, which is actually affiliated with Zach Jehoviak, a.k.a. Ziz, a.k.a. Zizman, a.k.a. Zizman the Jizzman, who is the guy who booked our tour.
Yep.
For Slop City last year. So, very cool, very St. Louis-centric visit you've had this weekend, I would say. For somebody who
doesn't like
hates
St.
St. Louis.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, when I sat down, I was mad. I was telling Tina this because of the chairs. As soon as I walked in, I always scanned my sector and saw the chairs and immediately became what can only be described as blind rage, I guess.
Yeah, you saw red, motherfucker.
And I sat down next to Learn's husband, again named Tim. And
We love Tim's.
what a great guy. And I was mad about the chairs.
Mhm.
So he kept trying to talk to me. And I was, kind of, I wasn't being like Charlie XCX brat. I was being like a baby brat.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. But then, I started eating the chili.
Where's my binky?
And I was kind of even facing away from him because the chairs when I sat down were facing at a perpendicular.
Yeah. And you were like, listen, if they're going to fucking rake me over the coals in this motherfucker with this chair, I'm going to rake them over the coals and I'm not moving it from where this fucking seated spot.
Yep.
I get it. I've been that mad where I withhold attention.
Yep. And I was going to punish Tim.
You were going to punish him.
And
The Punisher.
And they gave us these little pots of chili, like little. They were the cutest things, and that kind of softened me a little bit. But I was like, nope, keep it up, lady. Do not let your resolve down.
Mm-mm.
And I'm eating the chili, and I'm cleaning my mouth off with the napkin. Now, with the napkin, I had looked over and saw that Tim had used a napkin and kind of set it kind of by mine. And so at some point, Tim goes, hey, can you pass me one of those napkins from down there? And I passed it. He goes, yeah, I had one. I don't know what happened to it. And I looked down and realized I had been using Tim's used napkin.
No!
And
Sorry to scream, but God, there is not a worse feeling.
And I go, I
in
actually
the
think I've been
world.
using it. Your used napkin. I think I've been using your used napkin because mine was still perfectly in a triangle.
Oh, okay. So
just
this
sitting
was
there.
You're bad, actually.
Yeah, it was because of me.
Okay,
And
I
because
got it.
I was so filled with rage.
Yeah, you weren't.
And then I kind of softened. And I go, I think you've been using your napkin. I got your DNA on me.
Yeah, did that crush?
Maybe. I don't remember. But then we went straight into the office trivia. And I'm telling you, Learn, Rafe, and Tim knew every question.
Wow.
Between the three of them, I don't know how we didn't win. We didn't end up winning. And, I made lots of jokes about the rest of the night. I should have went with that other table because you guys missed a couple.
I think that was a really good joke to say.
Yeah, it was funny.
If
I said it 2 or 3. I said it too many times.
Sure. Yeah. Sometimes you do that, especially when you're in a hot and heavy news situation. You know what I mean?
You're dropping it.
You were
Call back.
You were in a situation that was, we're not going to say comfortable, but it is not as uncomfortable as it could have been. You know, you could have been having to be there fully alone and having to sit there alone and sit there and talk to those people and say things like that to them and entertain them the entire time. So luckily you were in a position where you did feel safe to kind of turn your back on them.
Yeah.
Turn your back on that ass.
There were 4 funny people at the table. Rafe, Learn, Tim, and me. I didn't have to
carry the load.
I didn't have to be funny for everyone. There were equal amounts. There was 25% funniness with each person.
Yeah.
And
you're looking at a Venn diagram. You're looking at a circle pie that's got, even.
Yep.
Nice and easy. Because everyone at that table, you guys have great social skills. Maybe, actually, I shouldn't say that. You don't. You guys don't have good social skills, but you have good personalities.
We're good. We have good personalities.
You have good personalities. And, you all enjoy each other's company and you know each other enough. And there's enough cohesion between that circle, that pie chart we're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, there's enough cohesion that it kind of softened the blow for you and making it less uncomfortable.
Right.
You know,
and even at some point when the main food was over, we just retired back to some couches.
Yeah, I heard.
Because we
Rafe
were just like,
that.
Fuck this office bullshit.
Yeah, you guys said, hey, what the heck? We're having a good time
We're having
with
a good
each
time.
other.
And I sat with Tim. He sat right next to me.
Wow.
He goes, hey, can I get you something to drink? And I go, he asked me twice. The first time I'm like, don't fucking ask me if I want anything. I don't want to be here because of this chair.
Yeah.
And I go, no.
You, Tim Malwell.
Ugh. Funky ass.
Funky ass. Fuck.
Black-haired motherfucker.
Funky ass has hella fucking hair in the winter, motherfucker. But
got a good head of hair and a very nice head of hair shape.
Uh-oh, Mr.
Not having male pattern baldness at all.
Not even one fucking lick of it. Just got all this fucking hair. Mr. fucking mustache.
Mr. fucking
beard.
Salt and pepper hair.
Uh-oh, what's going on? Somebody's got eyebrows.
But the second time he asked me, he goes, hey, I go, do they have Diet Coke? He goes, they do. And I said, I'll take a Diet Coke. And he went and got me one. He goes, you want it with ice or without? With, man. On the rocks.
Oh, that's good. I love that. I'm glad you got to hit it with that last night.
I didn't. I thought about it after he left.
You should have, for sure. You thought about it after you left?
I thought about it after he left to go get me.
Yeah, I thought about it as I was going to sleep that evening.
But yeah, we had a good time.
And, Tim's funny. He really is a funny guy and thoughtful, very nice, kind eyes, very nice dog eyes. Does that, when you look at a dog that's like so nice and you can just see like the wholesomeness in them and you're like, that dog is really looking at me. That dog sees me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he looked at me when he talked to me so much that I actually had to look. Because, I don't like, when I'm talking to somebody, I get scared, so I have to look everywhere else.
Same. Yeah.
And then we did some partner swapping.
Oh.
Then Learn came over by me, and Tim kind of was over there.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's good.
Partner swapping.
That's good.
And Learn was like, I know I'm talking about Slop City too much. And I'm like, I love it.
Yeah.
Don't stop talking about it.
Yeah, for sure. What did she say? Tell me.
She listens to every episode. She loves it.
Did we get any compliments that I didn't get to receive because you were there as my +1? Just want to get them in while I can.
She just sounds like she likes it and listens to it.
Well, that's great. I'm glad that you had a nice time.
And she said she's got a lot of respect for comedians. She doesn't know how we do it. And I go, but you sing, man. That's even scarier and more vulnerable.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, she's in a band called Lane Narrows here in St. Louis.
St. Louis.
St. Louis, the city Libbie hates.
I hate it. I don't know why, man.
I know. It really does make me sad.
It's bad vibes, man.
I love it. But it's like, I like South City. I don't like the other stuff.
I don't like any of it.
I like living over in this neck of the woods.
And I every time I hit a pothole on Kings Highway.
For sure.
Again, the blind rage. It's like, how is my car still driving when I hit some of those?
Libbie, I have popped 3 tires during this whole. I mean, that's psychotic. And not just popped them, exploded. Exploded.
Randy, have you had any tires explode because of the potholes?
Where am I on camera? There I am. No, I have not. Fortunately, thank you. I try to avoid Kings Highway at all costs, man. I will go like 9 hours out of my way to get to a destination here and avoid Kings Highway at all costs. It's just fucking crazy. Kings Highway is like Grand Theft Auto without insurance, current license plate tags, and huge ass potholes. It's dangerous. I don't do
Take
it.
the money they're earning from pot and fill the potholes. That's what Tennessee's Nashville's trying to do. Pot for potholes.
Oh, that is brilliant. That is fucking brilliant. And because, I was just sitting here thinking while you're here talking shit on the beautiful city that Randy and I both live in, and that has also made you the comedian that you are, and us the women and people that we are. While you shit all over that, you fucking cunt. It's like, I mean, fuck, I forgot what I was saying. I was thinking about like the Kings Highway potholes, and I'm like, yeah, they are fucking shitty. But here's the one motherfucking thing I will say. I have spent a lot of time in Nashville now. Like, I don't know Nashville as well as you guys, obviously, but it's like, I know what's going on. I have when I look at a map of Nashville, when I'm like, okay, where is this? I know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
And I drive through, like, it's like, because once we get out of the country in the Nashville area, the streets and everything look exactly like fucking St. Louis.
Well, I don't go anywhere. I stay in Goodlettsville.
They really do. They all look the same, and they have the same fucking potholes.
Yep.
And the thing that I've realized and what has happened here, because I'd like to make a bid for Missouri Senate. No, I'm kidding. But I really do have some thoughts, because it's like, I think there's a lot going on. Number one, Nashville, a city that is growing rapidly. There's a fuck ton of shit going on, a ton of people, and you guys have also had a lot of weather there that you don't typically have.
Yeah.
Like some colder winters, some rainstorms, some freezing rain, a lot of ice, a lot of under freezing weather. And I have learned, as a result of community action, and what I mean by that is driving in my city, going place to place, fucking willy-nilly chilling, doing it up. I have learned and seen and heard from a lot of like construction people that come into the bar, this, that, and the other, like snow, freezing rain, all the fucked up shit that we've had in the town has basically fucked the infrastructure up. Like, it fucks up, because I think they fill the potholes, and then I think that they're not actually fixing them. So then all the salt and everything, basically it's like,
and the plows
self-sabotage.
too. The plows, I'm sure, just destroying everything.
Oh God. I mean, it's been really, really fucking bad. And Rafe was like fucking with me about it, because I like had a couple drinks one night when I got off work or whatever, and I fucking blew both of my tires out on that drive home from work. And he was so mad because like I drove on my fucking rim for like half a mile. But I think I might have talked about this in a podcast a few days ago. Either way, I was told by my ex-boyfriend, who did a lot of work on his car and all of this stuff. He told me that if it's like, if you didn't like hit something, if it's like a flat, if a tire exploded, there was no debris, no like impact type of shit, and you get out, look at the fucking rim, and you look at everything and it looks Gucci. He didn't say Gucci. He said if it looks straight, then you can drive on the rim. You have to go really, really fucking slow. Like, I mean, no more 10 miles per hour at the max on that. Like, you just cruise slow as fuck. It is white trash, okay? I know.
It was probably safer to do that anyway.
What, just drive?
Just a young lady out in the middle of the night with a tire.
It was like, yeah, it's like 11:30 at night, dude. Yeah. I'm cruising on my way home, and it was right at Kings Highway in Manchester. And I mean, this had already been a cold winter.
I would have driven home too on it.
by the time this happened. And that's what I did. I drove home on both of them. Well, here's the thing. I didn't know the second one was fucked up because it was like dark out and wet and gross, whatever. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. I didn't even see that the back tire I had, which I've talked about this in depth on here. But my point is that I drove home on the flat, and I've done this multiple times in my life. I have driven on my flat tire, exploded, or just regular flat. Now, in my life today, to date, 32 years old, I've done that 5 times in 2 separate vehicles. My red Chevy Cobalt and this current Toyota Camry that I have. It's not good. I know it's not good, but the rim looks straighter than that thing. Looked like it only wanted to fuck straight-looking people, heterosexual as fuck. And that's what I did. I cruised on home on that. And then I had to have these MFs come the next day. Either way, the winter was so bad on my tires, had another fucking blowout. And then it's like, I got them patched by some cheapo depot piece of shit place. And then they tell me at my tire place, Bates Street Tire and Auto, everyone go there, tell them Tina sent you. If you live in the St. Louis area, they have a deal. I don't know what it is, but Rick will fucking hook you up, okay? Bates Street Tire and Auto, greatest place in the world. He goes, I don't like the look of those tires. I don't like the new ones I gave you. Maybe you're going to be driving to Nashville because he knows all about what I'm doing. He knows my comedy. He loves chit-chatting. And he was like, we're going to need to put some new tires on. We're going to need he let me know what we need to do. But he also confirmed that the potholes have been out of control. And he gave me kind of the lowdown on it. And he said, we are having more flats, blowouts, whatever, than we have ever had this year because of like the weather and shit. Mm-hmm. So I'd just like to present my case to everyone because I know that a lot of people think I'm a really, really bad driver. And,
what did he say about driving on the rim?
Oh, Rick?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. He goes, if it's not bent, you just cruise really slow and you just cruise, you can do it. It's not good. Don't go fast. Don't be,
I mean, I would much rather you drive on all 4 rims than be sitting at Kings Highway at 11:30 at night. Because somebody's going to come along and say, hey, lady, give me all your money.
For sure. And I mean, Rafe was also mad about, like, not even mad, but just like as my partner concerned. He's like, Tina, what the fuck? He was like, you had a couple drinks too. Like, you're fucking, what, and it was a whole kind of like tumultuous thing where it was kind of like stressful about that. But I was like,
why would you have a couple drinks and drive? That's my question.
I know. I guess.
Are you wanting another DUI?
No, I'm not. But legally, I was like, okay, it's been over like 2 hours. It's been 2 beers. I feel like this is like fine. It was like when I started closing down, doing whatever. You're right. Either way, all of this is bringing me here to this big, large point. I drive willy-nilly. I have been driving willy-nilly for a long time. Some of it is due to ADHD. Some of it's due to anxiety, boredom. Being late is a really big part of it too, which is not good. And it's like there have been... My tires popped because I was driving too fast. Not because, and not even that I'm going like ape shit. I'm going 40 in a 35 on Kings Highway. You can't do that. You can't drive. Like, it's like, I can't be speeding, all of this. I've really come to terms with the idea that I'm like, oh, I could die in a car wreck, or I could kill somebody accidentally, or what, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. So I was getting new car insurance. I got State Farm. Not because I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan, okay? They did not badger me into this, okay?
Yeah.
Because Mahomes does a little commercial. But either way, I now am a member of State Farm, and I now have the drive safe and save thing.
The drive safe, do they have to virtually keep track of you? How do they do it?
I have a beacon that I put in the thing, and it is hooked up to my phone. And
you don't catch me doing that.
And it's it just like shares like GPS and
baby.
Why? Yeah. I know a lot of people have said that, but I'm like, it's actually been really good for me. It's yes, it is forcing me to slow down. Number one, just be more conscious of it, because I'm realizing I don't even just down these streets that I cruise every day. It's like there's times I'm going 9 over. You know, like, but in my mind, I'm like, whatever, there's no one fucking around. It's fucking, I'm driving, cruising down the streets. I'm looking around, but it's like sometimes I'm fucking looking at my phone. I'm putting on a song. I'm doing this. Like, that is a recipe.
For disaster.
I'm already someone who we know can't do, you know, it's not that I can't multitask, but it's like, I got to stay focused, brothers. And so that's kind of, I kind of was like, you know what? I asked the guy, I talked to him. I was like, okay, give me the scoop on this. You know, what's the deal? Can I, you know, he was like, well, my agent didn't tell me this, but an agent that comes into the restaurant that I work at, who works for State Farm, was like, yeah, you can just turn your phone off if you got to like drive fucking crazy for something or whatever. And then he was like, yeah, just turn your Bluetooth off or whatever, you know, something like that. So I think there are some workarounds on it, but like truly, I have been fucking killing it. Like I'm so much more conscious of it. I'm just like, I don't know. I just realized I was like, I am already kind of careless just with my body and stuff. And I'm like, we need to just hone in. So I'm now a member of the Drive Safe and Save Club. And
have you seen any? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they give you a freaking scorecard, brother. I sent these all to Randy because this is just like my last. This is how many trips I've had and everything since I've got it onto my thing. I have not had one phone distraction. Pretty sick. Proud of myself.
Yeah, the braking is a little.
Yeah, I am feeling on the acceleration. Okay, that's not good.
I kind of want to do it just to see what my scores are, but I don't remember what I read. I read some things that were like, you don't want this on there because blah, 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 but I don't remember what it was.
I truly did it because the guy told me I was already getting such a fucking good rate from them. And like, I got a DUI in 2018, y'all. So it's like, I am just now getting under my insurance has ranged from $450 a month to $250 a month for the last 6-7 years now. Like DWIs cost a lot of money. You can kill someone. You can kill yourself. You can ruin your life. All that stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Either way, I fucking, you know, it's just like, God damn, bro. I realize like there's just so much accidental harm I can cause. I'm also just getting really scared about that stuff. I was just like, just trying to be more cautious in general. I'm like, I realize how quickly like just a fucking accident can happen. And I got real scared. So these MFs, they were like, you can save some more money or whatever with this. And they're like, dude, it's really not like, I mean, unless you're driving like a straight up fucking asshole 24/7, it's not going to like fuck you that much, you know?
Do you get instant savings? Like, is there like, oh, we do it for 2 weeks, we get your score and your price will drop or go up?
Everything for my rate is set for this next 6 months.
Okay.
This could totally impact, I guess, my insurance if they see that I'm like constantly on my phone when I'm driving or shit like that. But I don't need to be on my phone at all.
So you can't
when
even
I'm driving.
change a song or anything?
No, I can. And I use Siri like while I'm driving if I need to. And it's also forcing me to like get into my car, 5 minutes earlier and be like, what music would I like to listen to on my little drive? Instead of just getting in the car, throwing my backpack in, finding my cigarettes, or finding my vape, finding whatever I need, just get, where's my coffee? Oh, fuck, I forgot my coffee. And then I run inside,
Right.
and I'm fucking all over the place. It's just forcing me to slow the fuck down. And the guy said something about it, and I was like, what the heck, dude? You already got me down to $117 a month, and you know what? I need to be a better driver anyway. And I even told the guy on the phone, not that he doesn't know because he can see my driving record and see I had a DUI, but I was like, yeah, I had a DUI in 2018, so it's feeling pretty strong today, Andrew, because I paid $450 a month for the last 7 years for my insurance,
God.
And I'm like, it's just, I was telling him the whole deal, and he was laughing, and he goes, yeah, I actually got one too. He's like, yeah, it's all good. So, he gave me a little bit of the scoop. I got some State Farm guys that come into the restaurant. I can freaking pick their brains over the next month if I need any tips. But overall, so far for me and where I am at in my life and
It's
my mental
healthy.
health journey, I think this is a great move for me. And I'm enjoying it. It's like a little game.
I want to see more.
Oh, I'm going to show you. I got all these picks.
I want to know exactly what each one means.
Okay. So, I've literally only been doing this for probably 6 days. I haven't even done a full 14-day scorecard yet. So I don't really have any backup data. But this is where we're at as of right now. I've driven 161 miles. I've taken 33 trips. My braking. This is on a score of 0 to 100. Higher scores mean better stuff. It's like school. They got that.
But does that mean you're not braking soon enough?
It means
You're
means,
braking too.
Yes.
You should be braking sooner.
I should be braking sooner. It means I'm not even maybe riding, maybe just driving too fast or something like that. Even though my speed is at 96, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Are you surprised to see that?
I am very surprised.
Yeah.
So
So-
acceleration, you are just taking off like a bat out of hell.
Well, I guess so. I don't think so, but there have been, and I drive a couple of days a week during rush hour traffic. So those are those weird, tricky times where you do that like speed up, stop, speed up, stop. It is making me be way more conscious of my surroundings and kind of just like really forcing me to like be in the fucking moment and
All right.
instead of, oh fuck. I was texting Libbie back. And then the guy that I killed and his family are like, who's Libbie? Like, what are you talking about? Where's Garrett? We miss him. You killed him because you were, I can't handle that. I will probably end my own life if I accidentally ended somebody
Oh yeah, for
else's
sure.
life in a car wreck, in a drunk driving accident,
For sure.
in a fucking, if I opened a door too fast and this person somehow got pushed into traffic and it was my fault that I killed them. There is a door at the dispensary that I frequent in South St. Louis, the city you hate so much.
Mm-hmm.
The city. There is a dispensary right up the fucking street, 315 Chippewa, bruh. Off, and they have a sign on the door when you exit out because people open this door so fast, but it's like a nice walkway where people are walking in. They're like, oh, I'm about to go into the dispensary and get me my little treats. I can't wait. And then what happens? Boom, some stupid motherfucker like me's walking out of the dispensary, can't wait to fucking toke it up. And I blast this door open and hit someone and they fucking fall. Things happen. Accidents happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay woke. Okay, so yeah, braking, we're at a 70. That's a C. This is like exactly like school. Acceleration, 67. Speed, 96. Cornering, 83. Phone distraction, A motherfucking plus,
Wow, that is
bitch.
cool.
So that's where we're at first. Oh, that's my house. Okay. So
Ready?
here is about your scores. Higher scores mean safer driving. We use trip data from the last 2 weeks to calculate your scores. Driving events like abrupt braking and rapid acceleration may lower your scores. Feedback is designed to encourage safer driving. Not everything you see in your scores impacts your discount. Reminder, your scores reflect your driving behaviors, no matter which vehicle you were driving.
All righty.
Cool. So, braking. Last 14 days, we're at a 70. There's 14 events detected. Each trip, they like show you where you went and stuff, and it'll say if there were any events, you know, if you brake too fast. Because I think it's basically like satellites that are hooked up to like GPS that monitor exactly where you're at, how fast you're going. And that's all that I think it's detecting so far. Now, if they want to see where I'm going, fucking come at me, bro. Okay, so braking, I've had 14 events
Needs
so
improvement.
far. Needs improvement.
Mm.
Acceleration also needs improvement. 13 events detected.
It's quickly speeding up.
Yeah. Consider a route with less traffic. I love doing this. And that is Randy, like, that is a South City fucking special, dude. Real motherfuckers know Kings Highway is toe up. Okay? It is torn up. Like we've said, those fucking potholes will blast you into space, dude. Next thing you know, you're in SpaceX hanging out with Elon. Kissing on that weirdo. Thinking, what the fuck am I doing here? Well, you know what you're doing?
His next baby mama?
Yeah, you had a fucking you were crunked up, hit a pothole, blasted your tire out, driving too fast. Boom. Blasted into space. Okay, so acceleration, definitely need to work on that. Speed, good. There's 6 events detected. 96 is my score out of 100.
That's really great.
And the events that were like quote unquote detected, I looked at which ones they were, like on which times I'm driving. And it's definitely the times when I'm like driving in that traffic. Like, I think I just need to be a better driver when I'm in that rush hour traffic shit.
Oh, right.
Like, it's like, I don't need to be riding these MFs.
Said going within 8 miles of the speed limit.
Yeah. So I think that's when it clocks you, is when you start going like 8 over. So it's like, but I started actually thinking about that in terms of like when I'm driving through a neighborhood. It's like, what if a dog runs out or something like that?
Or a child.
Or a kid or a person. And it's like, I mean, I'm just driving to work, listening to fucking Charlie XCX being like, white sheets, you and me used to lay close. You know, just being like, you can splash around and get me blessed like holy water.
Mm-hmm.
You know, doing that, eyes closed, really feeling it.
Child walks out chasing a basketball or maybe even a pickleball. Who knows?
Yeah. It's like, that's, even if I see no cars and no one there, it's like that doesn't, I know these are, everything I'm saying is something that an adult would talk to their 14-year-old teenager about. Everything I'm saying right now is all this is a conversation some of you may have gotten from your parents, okay? And I am very grateful to you for that. My parents were always like, Christina, what the fuck? Oh! You know, like there was definitely some comments and there was a bit of a learning curve. But it's also like, dude, I got my fucking first car and I bought my car in Kansas City with my parents. They bought that red Chevy Cobalt, pictured right there. That's me driving.
That's you with the beard.
That's me with the beard and a convertible. No, but like, I mean, and then it was like off to the races. Like, it was literally like I got my license maybe a year before. I had just turned 17 years old and gotten out of rehab. And they were like, Christina, we will buy you this very cool red coupe Chevy Cobalt. And then we get that. And then I'm just on the road, fucking willy-nilly. I'm like 4 months sober off heroin at that point. Now I have a vehicle and they are just like gonna try, you know, things are wild. Life happens. But I don't feel like I really got that much coaching. Because while my dad, Barbara, are you bored? You just yawned. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry.
Igor, growing up, wrecked every car we had. But he was always like, okay, guys, listen, I have this new hybrid, and the way this thing works, you need to roll up on stop sign very, very slow. This is how you get best gas mileage. He got obsessed with trying to get like 78 miles per gallon. And it was like, it ruined our lives because we would just be like, oh my God, just drive fucking faster. We need to get to school. He's like, no, we need to cruise up. The light is red. Slow. But then it's like, when he's in the car all by himself, he's like typing on the laptop, looking up MLS real estate in Kansas City. And then he's like, fucking rear ends a car, fucking drives over the curb. So it's like, I didn't have the best role models of driving.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah, well.
But yeah.
Wait, which one? What was that? Cornering fair.
Smooth turns at slower speeds.
Oh, God.
But the phone distraction, 0 events detected, bitch. I've just been using Siri. And then I'm like, if I see a text message pop up on the thing, I'm like, cool. They can wait. You can wait. It can wait.
So even if you have the phone screen on, so if you forget to turn your phone off.
Yeah, see, this luckily is not like an issue for me because every time I get in the car, I put my phone on my like MagSafe mount and I hook it up to my auxiliary cord.
Okay.
Now, someone like you who has a vehicle of a fancier capacity, like our friend Sean was talking about last week with Bluetooth,
Right.
you are getting in the car. Your phone could be anywhere. You're looking at something, that's not how it works for me. I've got a secure mount.
Okay.
It's a secure dash mount.
Yeah, I probably would not do good on that portion.
But I don't, there may be rules. It says, look, those 3 things happen at the exact same time. The phone recording the trip is moving inside the vehicle. So it's like if you're moving your thing around while a text message is open or while Spotify is open, maybe.
So what if you hold it real still?
Oh, there are so many TikTok videos of these teenagers being like, when you just got drive, save, and save, but you're trying to get your boyfriend to raw dog you or something cool. Like, I don't know. They're like on there like me with my drive, save, and save. They're like doing something, So there's workarounds and shit like that. But I'm trying to I'm trying to not be a cheater. I'm trying to do it the honest way.
Well, yeah, that's something we need from you.
What?
Safer driving.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's all.
I kind of want to see how much it would save me if I did it. If it saved me $5, no. If it saved me $50, yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, I guarantee it would save you $50 with how much of a fucking grandma you are. And because you have Bluetooth and Siri, literally, I'll just be in the car and it's like, I know some of the things. Like, I'll be like, hey, Siri, play, my on repeat playlist for this week on shuffle, and then it just does it.
Right.
It's just really cool thing. Her name's Serial.
Her name is Cereal.
You just speak to her loudly.
I'm gonna open up my State Farm app and look.
Yeah. Oh, you have State Farm.
I've had State Farm since I was 15 years old.
Are you kidding me? And the fact that you have had State Farm for 15 years old and you are not a Kansas City Chiefs fan is so sad because the Chiefs are State Farm's team.
Really?
We are.
Drive Safe and Save is here. All right? It's in my app. Welcome to Drive Safe and Save in the State Farm app. Let's see how much it'll... Discounts may exceed 30% and vary state to state. I want to see a big savings.
Okay, so what do we need to do? Get on Reddit and see what is the biggest saving anyone has ever had on Drive Safe and Save. Because listen, motherfuckers, I have been on that journey in my brain trying to figure out what's wrong with me, why I can't get things done, why I'm depressed. We all know that. We can't stop talking about it. We may have annoyed some of you with how much we talk about it and how often I'm bringing it up. But guess what? If I don't talk about it, I'm going to fucking scream at the top of my lungs and everyone's going to feel the fucking wrath.
The wrath.
Everybody will see it. They're going to feel it and it's going to ruin. There's going to be a lot of wreckage. Okay. So we're trying to fucking minimize We're trying to mitigate those things.
Oh, don't show that because that had your address on there, Randy.
Yeah. Most savings ever on Drive, Safe, and Save. But the fact that it's a game, that's what I realized. Because a lot of ADHD brains or whatever neurotypical or neurodivergent brains need game type oriented stimulation because they're like
dopamine things.
Yeah, whatever, the frontal cortex, like your executive function that tells you to be like, oh, no, don't look at that right now. You have an appointment in an hour. Mine doesn't work properly. And yours may not either. And probably, I mean, definitely not Randy.
10% for signing up. So that's not much.
Okay.
But it can go all the way up to 50%.
That's wild. Okay, so you get a 10% discount for signing up. I mean, listen, motherfuckers.
That's only $16.
Oh,
for
10%?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, must be fucking nice.
Because I pay $168 a month, but I have full coverage because my car is.
Okay. Ooh, 1 year ago. That's an intense one. Should we read this? I'm curious. I work for State Farm, and I'll say at the moment there's not much downside, but it's heading in that direction. Right now, discounts based on mileage, and as of a couple months ago, braking and acceleration. You get a 10% discount for signing up, while it can go all the way up to 50%. This is like you don't drive the vehicle ever and add no miles. The advertised realistic rate is up to 30%. The change where they started using braking and accelerating and determining the discount is the same change where they were alerting people that they were changing DSS from a discount to a premium adjustment. You should have seen our sales leader in AF squirm when we asked, does premium adjustment mean that it can become a surcharge instead of a discount? The answer was that it did, but that State Farm was not planning to at this time. So where is all of this heading? We have been told that down the line, State Farm wants to try and switch to a telematics-based rating model. The thinking is that you get a preliminary rate as normal. We push the DSS beacon. Okay, that's what that means. The little module. And that would determine your rate from there on out. At the moment, only braking, acceleration, and if you speed like 15 miles per hour over the limit can affect your rates. The phone distraction didn't do anything for the moment, but could in the future. In that notice, there was a line in that data collected from Drive, Safe, and Save is not used to determine rates, but State Farm reserves the right to change that. On one hand, it'll help save drivers, but on the other, I think it's super invasive and will refuse bad drivers insurance, in which case they will just drive uninsured. 100% on that, bitch. I don't like it, but I like eating and a roof over my head so I can just tell people what's going on and let them make an informed decision. All that said, I personally have one in my car, but will reconsider when above changes start being made. And this was an edit last July 24 that this person made. So that is, or whatever, almost August, 6 months ago, 7 months ago, was told on the agency news hub, where we get updates, that DSS beacon little module Bluetooth data will be used in claims investigations. This personally is enough for me to remove DSS from my own vehicle. I don't feel that the tech is accurate enough to warrant using in claim data and seems like a convenient way for them to get out of playing claims. Plus, they aren't issuing a new notice on this. They are saying the last update notifies they may use the data with other State Farm companies and that using DSS data for claims falls under that notice. It does, but not notifying customers is shady as shit. Number one, fucking give it up for I tried, I suck on the Reddit thread. Oh my God. You're getting a big thank you from the Jingle Palette Reloaded here at Slop City.
Absolutely.
I mean, we'll just give you another one from the Jingle Palette, dude. That was a really great.
I was liking everything up till the claim thing.
And
Because
absolutely.
they're already trying to not pay out claims.
Well, and the thing that pisses me off about that too is that this this is something that happens in a lot of these like businesses that are like supposed to help us, but they're for profit and also denying us based on just how some of our bodies are and stuff like that, or how your car is, or how your driving is. If you have ADHD and you're stupid and whatever, it's like that. They're gonna put it under the guise of, well, this saved this one girl that got hit by a vehicle and it decapitated her family or this, that, and the other. They're going to use the most fucking extreme example to scare people. While that is valid, and I do think, me personally, if you are submitting to something like this, if you're putting the beacon in your car and something bad happens and you harm someone, cause harm to, a human being really is what I think. Maybe, I guess, a property, but also it's like property isn't people. So I kind of have a weird line there. But, it's like, okay, so say this person wrecks into and kills somebody or whatever. It's like, then I think that the records should be able to be subpoenaed if harm was done. But the idea that they've already been doing that, let's be honest. And the fact that they didn't notify people about that, that's weird. And that is definitely something that kind of like spooks me out, because that's what it's all about. It's not about saving
you money,
lives. It's not about saving that girl who got killed by a driver and State Farm's DSS, whatever beacon caught them.
It's about saving them money.
Exactly. It is about them being like, oh, well, technically you were on your phone 30 seconds before that. And someone could be like, I wasn't on my fucking phone. So then it's like, what? Are we going to have fucking dash cams now? Is this motherfucker going to be looking at me 24/7?
And it's like they said, he doesn't trust the tech. He or she doesn't trust the technology enough to actually know, like, oh, yeah, I had to brake hard to avoid another accident, but then that made me hit this. It's like.
Yeah, it's like it could have been a culmination of events where one vehicle or one thing is actually responsible, and then that person gets in a fucking wreck or someone else does. It's just, I'm with you. This definitely is shady to me, and I have this for 6 months, so it's like I can take it off. But regardless, for me personally in my life, I'm trying to drive better, safer, slower, be more in the moment. I think it's a good move for me, and hopefully it'll result in like a behavior change, because that's how you change
That sounds good
pathways.
for you, Barbara.
Well, it was funny because last night as I was driving home from work, it was late as fuck. It was like 3 a.m.,
That's how late you got home?
Oh, yeah, dude. It was wild how busy we were.
Damn.
And then there was a bunch of drama that happened too. Like some guy started meowing at me and being very weird and creepy. And
drunk people are the worst.
I know. They really fucking are. They truly are. It's like when people are drunk.
He probably in his brain thought he was being so cool.
For sure. And it's like, no, dude, we literally, they were like, these 3 regulars that come in, they stuck up for me, and it was very nice, because they're like people that not that I wouldn't say that they would have done that, but they straight up were like, motherfucker, you don't get to fucking meow at the bartender. Like they were like, you're a fucking weird guy, dude. And then, and because he had been doing it, he said something to these people or whatever last night at my shift, because it was really busy. I ended up making a fuck ton of money, so I'm so glad that I went in. And it was one of those shifts that was so fucking stressful, and usually I would get so mad and crumble and my nervous system would freak out. But I just was like, you know what? I'm going to try to keep a fucking calm and Caesar Milan motherfucking energy tonight and be cool and still be in a good mood. Like, it's okay to get frustrated, but just like, calm down. I don't need to get mad at anyone. Everyone's trying their hardest.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I was like, having one of those like chill, cool nights and shit. Either way, these guys, the creepy guy was sitting next to 3 regulars at the bar, and one of them's got a last name that I'm not going to say, but It's a high up last name.
Prestigious.
It's prestigious. It's a nice St. Louis last name. And I'll tell you privately when we get done with the podcast. But
Redenbacher.
Barry. Wink, wink. No, I'm kidding. So there was these guys or whatever. Hell yeah. There was this guy shows up wearing a Cubs hat, and he was already keyed up, you know?
He was ready for somebody to say shit to him.
Well,
with
it was
the Cubs hat.
Yeah, but it's also like, that's such a tired and boring thing. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You're coming to a bar in St. Louis and you're just being like, hey, I have a Cubs hat on. I'm not even from St. Louis. He said it so many times that on the sixth time I go, yeah, buddy, we know. You've told us 7 times. I go, every single person at this bar is now aware of it. Because you've said it multiple times and you're screaming louder than that thing. And I look at him and I go, and everyone here, except you, because I don't know you, everyone here can attest that I am one of the loudest people that lives in the city of St. Louis. So if I am calling you on being loud and annoying and aggressive, you're being loud, annoying, and aggressive. You know, and he was like, wow, oh, it's because I'm a Cubs, you know, and he's going on and on, just starting to get weird. And I had only given him 1 drink. And he's talking about, oh, he's from Chicago. Let me get a Chicago dog, being a D-bag. And it's also like, I just don't care about this.
Nobody cares, sir.
No one cares, bro. We're all here to have a fucking good night and chill out.
Attention-seeking behavior.
So, yeah, he ends up meeting a roofer or something that, like, works nearby. They're working on a roofer thing together. And it's like, the guy was just getting fucking out of hand. The roofer dude he meets leaves within 2 beers. You can tell. He wants to fucking end it.
He wants nothing to do with old boy.
No, but he needs his money, so he has to close the deal and all that. And it was funny because I actually closed their tab out together. And I was like, I closed it out. He goes, hey, I'm not buying his, no. He had me, and it was only like $35 total. You know, it was like $12 versus $35 at the time. And I'm not saying that $24 isn't a lot, but it's like, you know, come on, bro. You could pay, like, that guy's probably paying $1 million or something for his roofing house or whatever, you know, whatever the fuck he's doing, his claim. It was just funny, the fact that he was like, I'm not paying for that. Can you take that off? So I was like, all right, here's the voided transaction. You know, I'm like setting it all down, doing whatever. Either way, creepo ends up still hanging out afterwards. He's picking on his food, chit-chatting with, you know, these regulars. And at some point or another, he's like name-dropping these bars in like St. Louis. Because I guess there's a place called Napoli here that's, I guess, like really bougie. And then I think they just added a new restaurant somewhere in a nice part of town that is like very exclusive. You've got to be on a list or something, you know. So the guy's kind of being a D-bag, name dropping bullshit, you know, and he's a fucking douche.
Nobody cares.
No one gives a fuck. Everyone's there to just be like, everyone at the bar, including me at that time, it's like everyone's just having a good time. I'm cleaning, fucking with people, having, you know, we're doing our thing. And he's being so weird. And he looks over at these regulars at one point, you know, and they are giving MAGA vibes. That's what I'll say. The guys. But they're actually, maybe they are, I don't know. But one of them's gay. One of them's not. One of them's like black. So it's like a very diverse group of friends all together. And this dude, he's a probably 40s Indian guy. Cute guy. Like, he was like fairly attractive. I mean, his personality was fucking abhorrent. His personality was fucking abhorrent. He was unreal. But he says to these guys at one point, he's like, yeah, you know, you just treat women like cats. You know, they don't need anything. Like, he's like saying really weird shit like that. He goes, you know, they're just cats. They don't fucking matter. Something that a scorned man or someone who has never had a relationship or got hurt by someone, yada, 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 says. So he was saying all of this kind of weird stuff. And the guy that I thought gave the most MAGA vibe out of them, it was so funny. He goes, yeah, you should never say that to a person again. Like, he said something like that. He goes, yeah, you shouldn't ever say that about a woman. He was like, what the fuck? And it's like, this was all out of the corner of my ear. So he wasn't like showing off to me or trying to be cute or anything. I'm like way at the fucking end of the bar. This guy's talking privately. And the guy starts getting a little weirder. And they were like, you're fucking weird, man. and I had already at this point kind of been like, okay, you're an odd guy. I'd said that, but they were straight up. These guys were like just tipsy enough. They were like, Dana, we just came from Helen Fitzgerald's. There was a fucking emo band playing and they were so fucking good. And like, they were just going on. They're like playing the coolest fucking early 2000s like emo band. So these guys are just nice, having a good old time, living their lives, good mood. Like, it seemed like everyone was going to get along, but they fucking immediately were like, you're a weird fucking guy. So then this motherfucker starts meowing at me and just getting weirder and weirder. And like, next thing I know, these boys are all three like, hey, you need to get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. You don't talk to her like that. You don't fucking talk to the bartenders like that. And I was like in the kitchen or something at this point, and I come out, I hear all this fucking ruckus, and the guy is just getting weirder and weirder. You know, he was like that level of drunk. Right. And they were like, you know what, dude? They go, you're lucky we don't beat the fucking shit out of you right now. They go, the only fucking reason we're not is this is our favorite fucking bar. This is our favorite fucking place, and we are not getting fucking kicked out of here. And like all the boys like looked at each other and were very like, all right, we're going to manhandle this guy, but we're going to do it tactfully because we need to be let back in here. Because these guys are here at the restaurant or whatever 5 fucking days a week, the ones that stuck up for me. But I don't know, it was very cool. So they did the ultimate thing, which I didn't know this was a diss in man culture. They said, hey, fuck you. We hate you so much, motherfucker. You're so weird. We're going to pay your fucking tab because we want you to leave.
Oh, wow.
And I guess that is a thing that sets men off. They were all talking about it like afterwards. They're like, oh, dude, if someone paid my fucking tab as a man, it's like, fuck you. I'm not letting you pay my fucking tab. So either way, this guy, he was honestly like giving, he had like a hoodie on, a Cubs hat, and like a trench coat, kind of like blazer over a hoodie, kind of weird vibes. And he was like, oh, is mommy going to pay my tab? It was kind of funny, but it pissed me off. You know, I was like, you stupid motherfucker. So, and he like wasn't getting the message. And they were like, you need to get the fuck out of here, bro. And then I just like, I just lost it, you know. And I was like, all right. I go, bye. Get the fuck out. You're done. I go, don't ever come back here again. You're banned. You are banned from here for life. You are never allowed back into this building. Okay? And like, you know, oh, this is what I told. I don't know if I said this part or whatever, but I told you they were given like the MAGA vibes. And when he was like, yeah, you know, women, they're just cats. They're doing this, that, and the other. And I heard this cat, my buddy, my cat, the regular I know, I heard him say, yeah, don't ever fucking say that again to another person, you know, or something like that. He's like, don't do that. Don't ever say something like that. And I overheard that part or whatever, and I start laughing so hard from the end of the bar. And I like walk down, I go, hey, listen, man. I go, most of the time, I would never be like, hey, you should listen to this white guy. I go, but right now is one of those moments where it's like, you should listen to this white guy. Don't ever fucking say something. I go, that's fucking weird. I go, what do you talk? I was like, you know, whatever. Then we start getting into it, and that's when it just kind of really escalated. But it was really odd and nice for me last night to have that, where I was just like, okay, what's up? Thank you, boys. Like, I did not expect that out of you. And it was really kind, and they had my back, and it was just really nice.
Did he leave?
Oh, yeah, they got him the fuck out of there. Sorry, they didn't, and no fights ensued or anything because the boys were very like, nope,
you're done.
We love this place. We love this place so much we are standing up for it.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
Next round's on me, boys.
Yeah, it was so cool. No, they actually didn't have another round. That's what is so great about these guys. They're like such a good time. Don't ever overdrink. Like they might get a little loud, like when they get a little keyed up, but never, I don't see them taking shots. Like I don't see them they're just good vibes. So that now has gone down in history in my mind. I was like, you guys, you're fucking fam now. So I love those motherfuckers.
You're bridging the gaps between something.
I'm bridging the gaps between something. And here's what I will say to that guy. If you happen to listen to my podcast, don't ever fucking meow at another person again. And please do not ever come
unless
back.
you're role-playing cat.
Yeah, unless
stuff.
I ask you to role play being a cat eating my pussy.
Unless you're talking to another cat.
Yeah.
You're talking to your cat and you're saying meow. That's appropriate.
Yeah. So either way, that's basically that all happened at like 12:30, and it's like, I
right
mean,
before close.
Exactly.
God damn.
So then
You
it's
should have
like,
acted like a cat and got up on the bar and pee-peed right on him.
I should have been like, you like this, daddy, and walked over and pissed
Take a
and
shit on him.
I should have brought windshield wiper fluid and my urine and been like, sit on his lap and start pissing and pouring it and be like, I love ammonia. I like spit out some cat litter out of my pussy. I'm like, take that, motherfucker. Look at that.
Start scratching like.
Yeah, it's coagulated
Cover
from all
it
the
up.
cum in me. Okay.
Wow.
Well, I know I talked a lot during this episode, and I wasn't genuinely trying to, but I feel like I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to make sure that we got out
damn.
and that we talked about. So
I mean, I don't even know where did we even start in this episode.
don't remember.
I'm just happy you're saving money on your insurance.
I know. I'm really
that you're driving safer.
Yeah, so that's it. And like I just got my tire guy, basically, he fucking got me hooked up, just put 3 motherfucking new tires on,
Damn.
aligned my car for me. Fucking drives like butter, dude. That 2011 Camry feels so good. Like turning, everything, I can totally tell a difference. It was funny. He told me, he goes, hey, Tina, oh, that alignment was bad. He's like, hey, I bet you felt like you were drunk driving even when you weren't. Oh, God. Okay, Tina, see you next time. All right, I'll see you.
One of these times when I'm in town, I'm going to tell Mr. Bates I want 4 new tires.
You please do.
An alignment.
What you should do is call up there and schedule an appointment for when you're in town next time for the Friday or another
and then
time.
we could come together in the same car.
Yeah.
I could drop my car off at Bates.
Exactly. I mean, I truly am obsessed with them. And I told him, I was like, hey, I'm going to start fucking shouting you out, dog. I was like, I love you. He's so nice. They're honest motherfuckers and just so South St. Louis, dude. Just incredible.
I love it for him.
Yeah. Well, again, I hope, no one's annoyed of me for talking so much, but there was a lot to get out.
Yeah.
She'd been holding that in for a long time.
So if you don't like it, kiss her ass.
Kiss her ass.
Yeah, because I'm going to be driving safe and saving you dumb, stupid looking bitches.
Dumb, stupid looking bitch.
Okay. All right. Well,
Oh, man. I love y'all.
I love you too. I love both of you very much. And I really do just want to give a round of applause for Sean motherfucking O'Brien for coming. That was such a fun episode. And that really warmed my heart getting to do that with him today.
Mine too. My only question is Randy. When he was sitting over here just moving all around, moving that curtain, how much did your OCD go out of the line?
His watch hitting the table too. First time I've ever watched somebody and I was like, oh my God.
And picking up the microphone.
Oh, I was like, I've never seen somebody with more ADHD and like nervous tics than me. So that was really cool.
You guys are really in it together.
I love Sean, dude. I love Sean, dude.
He's the best.
He's the best, dude.
And
just to think of how long all of us have known each other just from the funny bone.
10 years.
He would be working at the bar and then all of a sudden he's on the stage yelling and then be back at the bar. Hey, what can I get for you, Libbie? Always just so nice.
I mean, the best. And it's like that transports me too to like, remember at the improv shop? It's like I would be bartending at the improv shop on Monday nights and then like run and go on stage and then come back. It's like just so fucking hilarious. And really just makes sense. But yeah, so thanks, Randy, for setting all of that up for us
for
and
accommodating.
getting us in this weekend.
Yeah.
We love you. You know that this would not be here without you, truly. So we're very grateful. We love our fans. We love you guys. And that's it.
And
You dumb, stupid looking bitch.
I have another, you got to remind me, the Eagle story. People, put it in the comments. I'm sorry, it's another cliffhanger. It's a bar story. Love you, bye.